He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Welcome, everyone. It's Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are here. It's actually Friday night, late in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was unable to get a show out yesterday because I had just got back from Vegas and I was a little tired. Actually, I'm still tired, but here we are. We have a great show for you. We are on episode 202 and we have some cool gadgets, so let's get right into it. I will tell you that NAB was exhausting. It was a lot of fun, and we'll talk more about that in the upcoming weeks. We had a lot of fun doing it. We met a lot of new people. We'll have a lot of new guests and a lot of new products in the upcoming Gadget Professor show, and I want to thank everybody who tuned into the Gadget Professor show. Excuse me, I'm still a little hoarse, but we're getting over it. If you go to the Gadget Professor page, or actually if you went to the Gadget Professor page, you would have seen a little IMAP frame here, an iframe, and basically that's how we streamed the entire event at NAB, and I will actually archive this so you'll be able to see everything that we did there, and I did about 100 interviews in 3 days, so obviously that's a lot of work, and the vocal cords definitely paid the toll for it, but as I said, it was a lot of fun, and I appreciated everybody texting me and emailing me, and it was a great time for sure. So let's get into it. Of course, you can watch the Gadget Professor show on my webpage, and that's just thegadgetprofessor.com. You can go there anytime, 24 hours a day, and peruse through that page. We have all kinds of stuff on there. I'll be writing articles very soon, actually daily, so the site should have a lot more content on it, and that should be a lot of fun. You can also follow me on Facebook. That would be Facebook.com/Gadget Professor. And we would love if you liked us. And of course, you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That would be thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that follow me on Twitter at Gadget Professor. At Gadget Professor. So that should take care of that. Okay, let's get right into it. Here's some cool apps for you. This is called Print Hammer Mill. What is it? With Print Hammer Mill, you can print photos, contacts, and web pages, and many other apps, including Mail, Safari, and Notes. And it will allow you to copy something and paste it into the Print Hammer Mill for printing. Basically, this is an app for your iPhone. And it's also available on the Droid. So if you want to print from your phone, your smartphone, this is a totally free app that it will allow you to do that. So check that out. Here's a great app. I really like this app a lot. Again, this is available on the iTunes store for your iOS and also for the Droid operating system. But this is called StoryCorps. It's really cool. It was founded, I think, in 2003. Yeah, 2003. And it's a nonprofit organization called StoryCorps. They're based in Brooklyn, New York, and they have given over 100,000 people a chance to record their interviews, their stories, their lives, pass on wisdom to the next generation, and leave a legacy for the future. It's the largest single collection of human voices ever gathered, and this is a free app, so you old-timers there, you young-timers, what a great thing to just go on this site, if you will, use this app, and you can talk to your heart's content, and it's really a cool app, and it's a cool site, and if you go on there, you'll hear some very interesting stories, so I think it's great. It's great for parents, for grandparents, and it's going to be there forever, so check this out at StoryCorps. It's really cool. Now, I get asked this question all the time. I mean, all the time, and essentially, you have a hard drive, and you want to erase it, and you want to make sure that there's nothing on it. So if you're giving the computer to a friend or a relative, or you're throwing the computer out, and do it safely, of course, you want to make sure that there's no data on the hard drive, no data that someone can get in and see what your social security number was, what your tax return was. You get the general idea. Well, this is called D-Ban, D-B-A-N, download, and it's free, and this will permanently, forever erase all the data that's on your hard drive, and that's about it. What else can I say? It gives you a list of the things it will do, and for non-business purposes, it's free, and if you have a business, you can try it 4 times for free. But it's probably not a bad thing to do. You really don't need the Blanco version. Just get the D-Ban version. It's totally free, and I guarantee you that this will literally erase every single thing forever on your hard drive. I covered this site a long time ago. It's called Ninite, and it just keeps getting better and better. What this is a software tool that will basically load everything you need onto a new system and not bug you. Excuse me. So you can basically download this, and you're just going to click the apps that you want to run, load onto your software. Let's try it again. Load whatever software you want onto your computer. So here is a list of everything that this has incorporated in it, and you just check off what you want. So certainly when you get a new machine, a new computer, there's all kinds of apps that you want. There's documents, there's imaging, there's compression software, media players, web browsers, uninstallers, utilities, you name it, you're going to have to load it on your machine. What this does is it takes all that work out of going through each piece of software and downloading it, installing it. With this, you just select what you want. And this is not junk. This is all high quality software that I myself use. Chrome, Firefox, TeamViewer. I'm very fond of TeamViewer, RealNC, TerraCopy, Revo. These are very, very high quality applications that you just one click and it will load everything on at once. It has Skype, Thunderbird, Yahoo, FileZilla. If you ever have to do FTP, FileZilla is what I use. Notepad++, which puts your typical notepad that comes on Windows operating system, it puts it on steroids. Winamp, I can go on forever. 7-Zip, WinRare. It's really a great program, and you should take a look at it. Now, that's not to say if you already have a bunch of programs running on your Windows operating system, if you want to add more, you can just go to this page and just, again, you click what you want, and it will download it for you. So that's very cool. Now, here is a link that's quite unusual, and I get this question all the time. Is there a software out there that will download a YouTube? Is there a download out there that will download something that's playing like from Vimeo or from Ustream or Flickr or whatever the case may be? And the answer is yes, and it's free. It's called KeepVid, and essentially what you do is you queue up. You put on the screen your URL, whatever the video is that you're watching or that you want to save, and all you do is cut and paste the URL right into the top of this page right here, and then you click download, and that's it. This is totally free, and it works quite well, so definitely check that out. And now we're going to go into the gadget of the day, and this is the gadget of the day. It's a Zoom Q8 audio video recorder, and this is one nice little puppy. It's not for the casual user. It is, I wouldn't say it's pricey for what it is. It's very reasonably priced. It's actually $400, and this is not your typical movie camera. So if you're thinking of using this for home movies, it's not what it's for. Now you can go onto the Zoom site, and we'll just take a quick look at this because I could spend a couple hours on this. But here you see it. There's the lens. This is the microphone. The microphone is adaptable so that Zoom puts out a variety of different types of microphones, and we'll run through those fairly quickly. But basically, you just pull this microphone off and plug whatever microphone you want back in there, and it's that simple. There's also a little button here on the side. You have to push this button in, and you'll push it down, and you can adjust where the microphone actually is. As long as you push that button in. If you force this, it probably will break. On the top, it's a record button. One button push, it will record. And there is also some controls on the side. You turn it on by one button here. You might notice the red light that's on top. That shows you that it's on. And you have a viewfinder. And what's really nice about the viewfinder is, guess what? You can rotate it. So you can put it at any angle that you want, and it's full color. It's also touch screen, so that you can do all the adjustments. I'll just turn it this way. You can make all the adjustments directly on the screen just by touching it. You can control what size video, what audio files, the whole bit. It's all very easily accessible. Inside this unit, there is an SD card, and I'll show you that right here. And the SD card just pops out, and that's how you record your audio and your video. And then that pops right back in. Now this thing does so many different things well. It's one of these items where you don't even know where to start. So we'll start on the side here. We showed you the viewfinder. There are 4 channels for audio. You have 4 separate channels for audio and adjustments for those 4 channels. Also, you have a playback button, so if you record something, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on the screen. There's certainly a headphone jack that you could listen to it on. And right here, there's a built-in speaker. The speaker is a little cheesy. It's a little tinny. If it's noisy, you're not going to hear it. That's just the way it is. But really, it's not for playback. It's just to make sure that you had a signal and to see that something's been recorded. Your real dynamite comes when you pull out that SD card and take that file and load it onto your computer. And we'll get back to that in a minute. The other thing that I'll point out is that depending upon the microphone configuration you have, there's a volume control, and it's very sensitive, and Zoom is known for extreme high quality audio, and that's still the case with this Q8. I believe I have one of the first, if not the first, Q8s in the country. I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I got it 2 days before NAB, so I did take it with me, and I'll show you some footage that it took. Phenomenal. Now, in terms of specifications, let's take a quick look at the microphones. There you see the mic that comes with it standard, and there you see a nice photograph of what the functionality is on the device. We'll touch a little bit about the controls, or the jacks on the back of this. You'll see here 2 input jacks. These are for XLR cords, so you can plug a professional microphone, actually 2 professional microphones. You can use them monoraily or in stereo, and they will accept an XLR jack, male jack. Also, it's hard to see, but there's a hole in the middle of that XLR jack, and that's supposed to be there because you can use what's basically called a TSR or a phone jack also that will plug into here. Not at the same time as the XLR, but this will take 4 different channels of audio, and it's really nice. It's fully adjustable by each channel, which is nice. Over here, you have a power supply, USB jack, and then right there, and then down here you have a mini HDMI, excuse me. So you can come out of this directly into your computer and monitor what you're videoing, which is cool. You also can play back. If you've recorded something on the SD drive, you can use this as a playback, again, live through the SDI. Let's try that again. Live through the HDMI. Hey, it's late, man, and I've been doing this for 4 days nonstop, so I'm a little punchy. I admit it. Let's try that again. Your HDMI will provide output to a monitor or to another device that you can use for monitoring. Also, what's really cool about this device is that it's small, it's portable, and it has a lot of versatility. The ability to change microphones is huge. Let's take a quick peek at some of the microphone extensions. That's the one that comes with it. This shows you a little bit about the phantom power that this will have. If you have a high quality microphone, you can use the phantom power. You have a 160 degree wide angle lens, and actually, in fact, the camera that they use is the Logitech 920. They've taken that webcam and actually put it inside here. That's the camera that they use. Now, what's cool about the 920, the Logitech 920 camera that this utilizes is it will record in high def. So this definitely will do what's called 3M HD, which is a 2304 by 1296 at 30 frames per second. and at 24 MIPS per second, as well as two kinds of HD, 24 at 16, 24 and 16 to give you increased storage capacity, and it certainly will do 1080p, it will do 720. There's not much this won't do when it comes to high def, and you can easily select that just by going to the monitor and clicking on settings and just touch the video quality that you want. So very, very easy to use. The ability for this to turn and angle is fantastic. That's a real nice feature. We're going to get a quick look at some of the microphones, I believe, here. There we go. That's another mic. I happen to have all the mics, which is one of the reasons I purchased this, because I can switch up to with 4 different mics. There's your shotgun mic. So that's a real high quality mic and great when you're doing professional recordings. There's a good look at that. So it's very versatile. Here are some of the features, main features, and you can see there's a long list. It will record in AACC. It will record in WAV forms, 24-bit 96 or 96K. There's a built-in audio mixer, stereo link function, built-in compressor, built-in limiters, and built-in levelers. So this little unit is literally on steroids. There's not much that you can't do with it. Now, I have to emphasize that it is not a movie camera. And one thing that you'll find sorely missing if you were going to buy it for a movie camera is there's no zoom. This is a fixed focused wide-angle lens, so there's no way to zoom in or zoom out, and that's really not what it's made for. So I can talk about this for a long while. I can talk about the lithium-ion battery that you can charge. There's no charger that comes with this. It charges by the USB port that's on the back, and you just use any AC adapter or your computer if you have to charge it up. That's not a big deal. It does not come with an SD card, not a big deal, and it does not come with a tripod. It comes with an adapter that will allow you to connect it to pretty much anything that runs a GoPro, and it's a very high quality recording device. And what I have done is actually use this to record some video live at NAB. And I had this positioned on a mini tripod, a very small tripod, and just put this camera on the tripod right in front of me, maybe about 5 feet in front of me on the desk. And then I ran this, and what we'll do in a minute or so is take a look at some of this video. There are 2 things that I don't like about this, and I noticed, and you may have seen it when I first picked this up and showed it to you. There's a lens cover here for lens flare, and this basically just hooks on like that. It just slides on. This, at least on my unit, constantly falls off every single time. It does not stay on well. You think it's on there firmly, but it just pops off. It's real clunky and junky, and not too happy with it. It should be an easy fix, or I just got a bad lens hood. I don't know, but it's horrible. The other thing that's real cheesy, and I don't know why they did it, is this lens cap that comes with it. It comes on a string. You can attach it to the camera itself. There's a knockout for that, but you put this on, and it's very flimsy. It doesn't stay on. It comes off all the time. So there's no case for this that it comes with. And my suggestion is, if you're going to pay the $400 and buy this puppy, you better make sure that you have a very solid case to put it in. You better make sure that this lens cap is on real tight, because it's going to fall off. You may even get a different type of lens cap. And this hood, you're going to have to either tape it on, or again, maybe I got a bad one. I just don't know. The other quasi complaint that I have about it is there's no handle. There's no real easy way to hold this other than like that. That said, it's so light, and with the ability to mount directly onto a tripod, or the little piece that you can get or comes with this that actually will adapt it to go to any GoPro mount, it's really not that big of a deal. I actually at NAB purchased a very small tripod about that big that's a regular tripod, and it also bent back as a handle, so we just held it like this. And in the footage that you're about to see, that's what we did. We had a little tripod handle here, just as big enough for your hand to grip it. And coming up now, you're going to see, I'll run a minute or so of the video and audio that all came from this camera. So let's take a look at that right now. Thanks, guys. We're actually going to go to a third camera, and we're actually going to show you live what we're using to stream our production, the Gadget Professor Live, to stream it to you. We're actually going to show you the data video gear in use, and we'll show you the SE700, which I got to tell you, I'm in love with that thing.
Oh, there he goes right there. So,
okay, here we go.
I can walk over there.
Sure,
and,
why don't you do that?
a quick tour.
Craig is wireless, I'm not, so he'll give you a tour of what's going on.
Okay, let's point at the, first of all, you saw the cameras. If you can point over where Don is, you can see the two cameras are set up right there in the front. And makes it real simple to control which angle you want from this control right over here. And we'll point over to where John's with the control surface right here. And John, we've got to get it in place first. And you can see all the presets there. You can just put in a preset button and it automatically will jump to the right spot that you've already preset up, and you can see the...
So as you can see, it does a really good job of recording. If you're okay with that 160-degree wide-angle lens, and I am, it does a beautiful job. And you'll notice in the video I had shown two pieces of video to you. One was from the desk, that was one interview, and then the other interview of the equipment. That was popped right into the switcher. This came right out of the HDMI cord, right into a video switcher. And when I went to do the demo, when Craig Moffat went to do the demo, someone actually clicked camera 3 on the video switcher, which was actually this camera. So it did real well. It put out a very high quality 1080p high def signal. The sound was good, the quality was good, and it's a really interesting, innovative piece of technology. I love it, and I will continue to use it. Now I'll tell you two more things that it does that's kind of neat. This will actually act as a webcam for you. So you can actually put this on a tripod or however you want to mount it, and you can actually do a podcast with this because it records, again, high def video and extreme high quality audio with the ability to take in a professional microphone or two professional microphones. So that in itself is a very, very handy tool. So what you can do with this is you literally can pack this in your pocket, and if you want to do a podcast or a report, or if you're a news reporter or a school teacher, or just want to get some high quality video and audio, this is definitely one of the ways that you can do it. The other thing that is kind of neat on this, if you come out of the back of this on the HDMI output, you can actually hook this up to a device and stream what you're doing live, all from this one little camera / audio recorder. And the box to do that could be a Teradek box. I don't have mine sitting here, but it's a small box about this size, and you could actually get that to Velcro or stay on this camera like so, and now you're actually walking around and streaming live with this size camera in high def. Pretty amazing. The battery lasted a minimum of 2 hours when I used it. You also have the ability to, again, put a battery backup supply in through the USB connector here and charge it as you go if you want. So a very versatile, very high quality product, again, from Zoom. This is called the Q8, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to say so long before I flub some more lines. I'll be back next week with the new show. Thank you for tuning in. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.